I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would like to start by congratulating all of you on outstanding work in this November's elections, where we have a Democratic governor, a Democratic senator.
We now have a majority of our congressional delegation are Democrats. We have more Democratic senators, at least we will, in January than we did before the election. All of the men in the Pennsylvania House of Representatives on the Republican side of the aisle who stood up over and over and over again to attack a woman's right to choose will have to say, Madam Speaker.
Starting with Commonwealth Court, where there's one vacancy. Brian Neff from Pittsburgh, would you stand? Two vacancies on the Superior Court. Jill Beck from Pittsburgh. And Judge Pat Dugan, who's President Judge of the Municipal Court in Philadelphia. Now, there's one vacancy on the Supreme Court. We are pleased to welcome back our friend Judge David Kunzelman, currently in the Superior Court. Federation President's Award for meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania while serving on the Superior Court.
Unknown entity from Beaver County. I was nervous, naive, and didn't have a clue of how to run a statewide race. With your help, however, I got elected as part of the slate of 8, and I've been serving now on the Superior Court for 5 years. Today I stand before you much wiser, far more confident, and ready to lead the Democratic ticket for the judicial races in 2023. A lot from me about my qualifications. I don't want to take up time, nor do I want to take any time from the honorees. I can't wait to hear your stories, because together we make this Commonwealth a better place to live. But I do want to set the expectation right now. There are 4 races. In 2015, there were 5 races. We took all 5. We haven't swept again since, but we will this year. We need to keep this blue wave moving across Pennsylvania. We got a Democratic governor, we have Democratic senators, and we're going to have a majority on the courts of Pennsylvania with your help. Thank you.
To those in the smallest borough or township, you are all equally important to the Pennsylvania Federation of Democratic Women. To date, we have presented awards since 1989. We have honored over 200 elected Democratic women here in Pennsylvania. And today, we will be honoring 19.
I've been shaking in my shoes ever since I heard that our about to be Madam Speaker of the House of Representatives was last year's speaker. Amazing woman, a woman who I watched. And this year, more than ever, you were critically important. You did it. You made it happen. Thanks to your efforts, Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman will now be U.S. Senator John Fetterman. Josh Shapiro will now be Pennsylvania Governor. State Rep Austin Davis will now be our Lieutenant Governor. Politician that takes women for granted and thinks they can tell them what to do with their health care better think again. The abortion issue was critical. It was a big factor as well. The pundits thought we forgot about it, remember? Everybody said it's only going to be about inflation. Well, maybe it was about inflation, but you didn't forget. Nobody forgot. They were dead wrong about that.
At the beginning of our program, and so many glass ceilings have already been broken. I am especially happy to present this award because when Bridget was sworn in back in March of 2019 in a special election, it was the same day as our state federation held its Women in Blue event in Harrisburg. And all of our attendees were treated to a very special honor. We had the opportunity to sit on the floor of the House and attend her installation.
When you can't have accessible, affordable childcare. So we have a lot of work to do. And I have 4 kids. 3 of my children are now voting. I have 2 daughters, 19 and 18, and it was really encouraging to see them encourage each other to get out and vote. It's people like my daughters that are 18 and 19, and my mom, who's almost 80, her generation that knew what they did not have access to taking care of my generation, my children that know that could be taken away from them. The access to help to making their own decisions about their own body, family planning, and it's really important that we were able to educate people, and it's groups like you here today that do that. So thank you to the Pennsylvania Democratic Women for having me here today.
But I know I talk with my colleagues and from the House who are here all the time about young people and how we really do need to touch where they are, and that's why I'm happy to say they did get out and vote.
Yes,
They did get out and vote, and these Gen Zs, they got out and voted. Okay, so that's what we need to continue to do.
If it were not for people doing the work like you are doing, I would not be where I am at. Allegheny County would not be blue the way that it is. We would not have the majority in the state house in 2023. We would not have the first woman Speaker of the House in Pennsylvania's House of Representatives. That's huge.
Family and my why. I understood the assignment. We talk about family. This is my son, Stephen, and I'm so honored because I never thought to be in this particular space, but since I'm here, I might as well share my story. If it wasn't for this kid of mine years ago riding home saying, "Mom, it's dirty where we live. I don't like where we live. I don't want to be associated where we live." So I'm like, "Well, why is that?" He's like, "Well, I don't see any trees, I don't see any flowers, I don't even see anything happening." So that was my assignment in making it happen, not only for me, but for my family and for my community. And so Stephen's only 17 years old, but he was, in terms of civic responsibility, he was able to be a poll watcher, working for the first time in Philadelphia. He's not even old enough to vote. When we show up, we win. And when we show up big, we win big.
We're here because your local Democratic women's clubs are proud of you. And your state federation of Democratic women is proud of you. And we want you to know that your hard work and your dedication have not gone unnoticed and unappreciated. Let's have another round of applause for all of our wonderful honorees. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate this important event, and may you have a safe and healthy holiday season. Again, thank you all very, very much.